Mhm. All right. We're streaming on YouTube and we're streaming on Twitch too. Yo, yo, yo. This is gonna be a different situation because what I'm going to do right now, let me see how it looks first. I gotta see what it's looking like really quickly. Oh, yep, it's looking good. All right. So what I'm going to do here, the for some reason the YouTube one is not showing up, but it's not showing up here. But anyway, the Twitch is showing up. So it's a lot going on here, but I guess that's okay. I'm going to live stream this attempt to do a plunger. I did an animation a little while ago called The Adventures of Cali and Chesney. You can see it on my Culaheev um, website, Culaheev channel, YouTube channel. But anyway, I'm gonna get started. Let me go over to it right now. Uh, I'm just going to show a plunger. I just had a desire to do a plunger and show it here on Twitch and YouTube and everything. I saw this guy Cube. What's it called? BeSpoke Cube, and he did this plunger. So I'm basically doing what he did, except I just changed just a few different things, but it's basically what he did. So first thing I want to do, you need to have one of these things right here, a mouse that has like a roller in the middle, and left right button. So Blender is a free app that you can get, not app, but software. I don't know, it might be an app on your phone too, but it's something that you can get on off online blender.org or something like that, and you can actually make animations, and that's how I did my animations. The Adventures of Cali and Chesney, which is on my Culaheev. I think it's on this one too. I think it's on my Culaheev Gamer YouTube. But anyway, I'm going to show that eventually, but not right now. So first thing you do, you turn on the Blender, and this is the first thing that you see. It has different things on here that you can see, and so I just could click off of that, left click, press N. Well, I don't have to press N. I could just do this. Go to tools, go to keystroke, string cast keys, and I'm gonna type into that. See if I can get that happening. I want it to appear, but oh, it's appearing. Good. It doesn't always appear right away. So whatever I do, you'll see it. So this is when I'm grabbing the middle mouse. I'm holding down the middle mouse wheel, and you can't see when I'm zooming, but when I press the left click or the right click, you can see it. So, and when I push numbers, you'll be able to see it. All right. So the first thing I'm gonna do is okay. I'm looking at what I'm gonna do here. So first thing I'm gonna do is I want to save. This is what first thing you should do. At least that's what I'm gonna do. Is I'm gonna save this particular thing that I'm doing. Go up. So I'm gonna make my plunger black. So I'm gonna add a new folder and I'm gonna say black plunger. Black plunger. Okay. And that's that. Press enter. Uh, so now go in here. Go inside of that. And I'm gonna say black. Well, I'm only calling it black plunger because I'm gonna color it black. Black plunger. Then you put a little underscore 001. Now the reason why you do that, put the underscore 001. So every time you save, you want to have make it easier to save to the next one. So now all you do is press plus, 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 and it'll just go up. You don't know what I'm talking about now, but you will. So save as. So this is where I'm saving it. Okay. So now it's being saved. So the first thing I like to do is, yo, what's up? Whoever's watching, it's still not showing up on my YouTube for some reason, but I guess it's here. Anyway, first thing I'll do is press left mouse button as you can see it on my screen and hold it down. Select all this stuff, delete it. Press X to delete as you saw on my screencast. Then I'm just gonna delete it all. Okay. Next thing I want to do. So that was my camera. Everything on animation, it starts off with simple stuff like a box, but the camera is how you render it and you can show the world. And like that little light up there, that was just how you light the scene. But there's different ways you can light the scene, but I don't want to go into all that right now. But anyway, so I like to press N to show this little toolbar up here so I can see what's going on. Let me go to tool view so you can see what's going on here. So first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add a cylinder. I got rid of the box. I'm gonna add a cylinder by pressing Shift A. Then so that's what was here before, but I'm gonna add a cylinder. All right, so after I add the cylinder, I'm gonna go down here before I touch anything. Go down here, select this, and make instead of 32 vertices, I'm gonna make 16 vertices like this. So you see it change. Now, if I want to change that, I can like press Control Z and let me see Control Z and it disappears. That's undo basically. But I should press Shift Control Z and it comes back again. So just to let you know how I do that. So okay. So the next thing I'm gonna do is press tab to go into edit mode. And this is how you are able to change it. Well, you can change it a lot of different ways, but your intricate changes happen in edit mode. I think this video is not gonna be longer than 30 minutes, but you can rewind it if it's too much. All right, so I'm gonna press Control R to make a loop. Sorry, I rolled up on my mouse wheel. I shouldn't have done that. So it depends on where you have your mouse. Like I haven't pressed anything yet. I just did that. Now I'm pressing left mouse and it's gonna stay there on the circle. Then I can move it up or down, but I don't want to. So I'm press the right click and it'll stay right where it is. All right, so let me scroll up on the mouse wheel so I can get closer. That's how you scroll up. You hold down the mouse roller, and then you move the mouse, and then you can go around the up or down like that, so you can manipulate it. Okay, so the next thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna press Alt and hold down here this bottom little vertex. Okay, so I got all of these. Then I'm gonna delete it by pressing X, or I could press delete on the things and now delete the vertices. Okay, so now all the vertices are gone. So I just basically just cut it in half. All right. So the next thing I'm gonna do, and remember I'm making a plunger. So now I'm gonna tab. For me, the guy that did it, he stopped it right. I mean, this is where he kept the shape of it, but I don't want it that way. So what I'm gonna do, press tab to go from edit mode to object mode, but I still am going to be able to edit. Then I'm going to press scale, and it's not going to do anything until I click the button. I press scale, and then I'm press Z. So Z is okay. So before I do that, let me show you. So this green line is the Y axis. The X line is the Z axis. I mean, is the X axis. So it's like geometry. But the z-axis, you see there's a z-axis too, but you can't see the z-axis, but it's there. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna scale on the z-axis because I want it to get even. I want it to either get bigger or shorter. So what I'm gonna do is I want it to be a certain size. So I'm gonna say 0.5. I'm just gonna type 0.5. And I'll press left click, boom, and so now it's short. So remember, Control Z, that's what it was before. Shift Control Z, that's the redo. So that's where it is now. Okay. So the next thing I want to do, now we're going to get into the nitty gritty. So press 3. Uh, Wait, let me tab back into edit mode. All right. So now I'm going to do some real stuff with it now. Press 3 so I can select faces like this instead of like lines. So I'm going to select this top face. Then let me get over it so I can see. I'm going to put this little mouse over to the side so that I can see. Oh, it's hard for you to see my little mouse over there. Let me see if I can move my face over. because it's kind of in the way. Hopefully that makes it a little easier. I don't know. Maybe it does. Okay, so come over here, have my mouse over here, press I. This is an inset. So I'm gonna change the way it looks. And if you look at the top as I'm moving, the numbers move. Like right at the top of the screen, the numbers are moving. So I'm gonna have it a certain number. So my inset right now, I'm gonna type 0.465. That's where I want it to be. Okay. It may not make sense now, but that's what I want. I just left click so it can stay there. Then I'm going to extrude it up. So now I want it to be, I already know what I want it to be 0.33. So now it shows it down here what I just did because it was on the z-axis. So remember, x-axis is the red, y-axis is the y, and the z-axis is up and down. All right, so now I'm gonna do another inset. So I'll press I again, and I'm this time type 0.183. All right, let me make sure it's right. The thickness is 0.183, so that's right. Now I'm gonna put one that goes down. So press E to extrude to go up or down. This time I'm gonna make it go down, but I'm gonna press negative 0.2. Boom, and then select that. Boom. So we're all good. So this is the beginning of our plunger. Okay. Next, what do I want to do? Okay, let me press 2 because it's in face mode. Now it's in face mode. While I'm in edit, I'm gonna press 2. So now it's gonna select this instead of the faces. All right, so now what I want to do, the bottom. Let's see. All right, so I'm press Alt, select the bottom like this. Wait a minute, is this one? Is it this one, or do I want this one? Let me see. Oh, it's like it is second bottom. I can't remember if I think I want just this. Yeah, I just want this. All right. So I'm going to change the way this looks here. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm press Control B and whoop, there we go. And so I want this to type 0.3, 0.3. All right, and I want to make 3 segments. So it's 1 segment. I scroll up on the mouse wheel 1 time. Now it's 2 segments. Scroll up on it again. It's 3 segments. Boom, and there you can see it's 3 segments. But I only scrolled up twice, so that's how that works. So the mouse is starting to come along. All right, so this is what it's looking like so far. Beginning of a plunger. All right, I hope I don't get too stuck here. All right, so now I'm gonna go into face mode. So press 3. Now I'm back in face mode, so I can select a face. Let me select outside the face. All right, so press Alt between 2 faces down here. So Alt, now select either, it don't matter, it could be this line or that line. I'm gonna select this little line right here. Boom. So I selected all of that. Now I'm gonna do a shortcut so I can select these, this row, that row, that row. So when you do Alt, it selects a whole row of vertices or edges or faces. So I just selected a whole row of faces. If you see I turn around, it's selected all the way around. All right, so now I'm gonna press Control and oh, you need to have a numpad too on the side of your laptop too, so that you can manipulate this correctly. So you have to have a numpad. So you have the regular, you know, alphabet typewriter on your laptop or computer, whatever you're using. Then you have the numbers at the top, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then you have F1, F2, F3. But on the side, you need to have a numpad, the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, like a cash register. So anyway, so now I'm press Control plus to add another plus again, plus again. Boom. Now I selected all of this. All right. So what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna go into front view, and I'm gonna press Shift, grab the middle mouse button, hold it down, and I'm gonna move down so I can see a little closer. scroll in so I can get a little closer. Scroll in with the middle mouse button by just rolling it. Or I could hold control and move in by holding down the middle mouse button, but it's just easier to just go backward and forth like this. All right, so now front orthographic and perspective are just two different ways that you can look at it. Whenever you move it, it goes back to perspective, so you have a different perspective. But when you want exact measurements, mathematical measurements, you go into one, that's front, or three, that's right, four, four is nothing, seven is top, and let's see, what's two? I don't know what that is. Eight, nine, I forget what all those are. But anyway, so I'm back in one now. All right, now I'm gonna press Z, and this comes up, and I'm gonna go to wireframe. All right. So now what I want to do is I want to create another. I want to create another. Press one again. I want to duplicate that so I can make it a thickness because now it's just like a cup, but I want it to actually have some thickness to it. So go back to one. So now I press Shift D. All right, without pressing my mouse, boom, there it is right there. And then I right click so it can stay where it is. It's there, but you know. All right, so now uh, I want to change the size. Now, changing the size. Okay, so I press scale to change the size. But the only thing is, it's changed the size from the middle. I don't want it to change the size from the middle. I want it to change the size from like going bigger or smaller from this point right here. So I'll go up here and it's on medium point. I'm gonna change the 3D cursor so it'll scale according to that cursor down there in the middle, that little red circle. So now I press scale and I'm type zero point 0.9. So it's going boom. Now you can see it just became that size, right? Now press Z again and I'll come out of wireframe, go into solid. Boom. Now you can look, grab the middle mouse button, boom. Now you can see it's a lot there now. So that's pretty cool, right? Okay. Now let's see. I wrote my own notes down, so if I get stuck, I'll just look at it. All right. So now I'm gonna go to edge mode. Press two on the top, not on the number pad, but on the top. And I'm gonna press. I'm gonna see if I can select this line right here. Boom. Now I'm gonna select this line by pressing Shift. Now that's just like what you do in what do you call it, like in Word, Microsoft Word, and basically anything. You want to select multiple things, you just press Shift, and then you able to select multiple things. So, but now let me clear that out. So now I'm gonna press this again, press Shift here. All right, so those two are selected. Now I want to make a face, make it solid. So I just press F for face. Boom. So I have a face now. Uh, all right. Let's see. Now I want that one is a face. As you can see, that's a face right there. But I want all of these to be a face, so there's no spaces in there. So what I do is I select this vertex right here. This is a trick you can do. And I press face again. That's F. F 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, they're all selected now. Right? I should have been saving, but I haven't saved yet. So I'm gonna save now because that looks good. So let's see. How do I save? I forgot the shortcut. Shift Control S. So I'm gonna say save as. Okay. So like I said, when you do the underscore 001, now all you have to do is press plus. Boom. Now it's 002. Save as. So just in case I get lost after this a mess up, I can just reload that. Hopefully that doesn't happen, but if it does, then whatever, I know what to do. Okay. Um, okay, so now I'm gonna also select the edge underneath this circle because I want to close this circle up in here up. So I'll press Alt and it should get the whole circle. Boom. So that whole little circle is selected. Now press F, boom, it's closed off now. Boom, now it's all closed off. So that's good. Okay, now, let's see. Now I'm gonna come up here now, and I'm gonna select this thing. Now I have to go into face select mode, which drop +3 for face select while I'm in edit mode, and I'm gonna select this one. Okay, now I'm gonna have to make the stick come out of the plunger. That's the bottom of the plunger. So I press. Okay, let me back up so you can see. Press Shift and move back a little bit. Okay, now press E to extrude it up. But I already know where I want it to extrude, so I'm just gonna say I want it to extrude to 4.6. So I'm just gonna say 4.6 and then left click, and there it says it right there. That's what it is. All right, so the plunger is begun, even though it's kind of big. So, but that's right. I'm gonna fix that so it won't be so big. I would like to see if it's going how things are going on YouTube, but whatever. All right, so now, okay, so now what I want to do is I want to make all of this smaller so it looks more like a a plunger, because a plunger is the handle's usually not that big. So what I could do is I could just this is already selected. I could press Shift and select this, select this, select this, but that's a lot. So I don't want to do that. So I Control Z undo, Control Z undo. What I'm gonna do is a shortcut like I did down here. Select all those faces. I'm just gonna say Control and numpad, the number pad plus sign on the number pad. One time, two times, three times, four times. So that selected everything. There you go. All right. So now I'm going to scale it. So I press AS. All right. So you see how it's scaling? I don't want it to get tall and tall. I want it to get bigger, but I don't want it to get tall. So I don't want it to get so I have to press Shift Z while in scale. Now it only get fat. It won't get tall anymore. So now this is what I want. So I already know what I want it to be. I want it to be zero point 0.7, I think. Uh, so let me see, zero point 0.7. That's the size that I want. Now I don't know what the size was. The guy on BeSpoke Cube, but it wasn't. His sizes weren't really this, but it was nice. All right, so now Shift Control S. That's to save. I'm gonna save that. Okay, now, all right. So now what I'm gonna do? Let me zoom in. Press Shift. Hold down that scroll button. All right, now press Control R. I'm gonna make that little loop again, and I want it right here. All right, I just press left click. But last time I just pressed the right click for it to stop, but I don't want it. I actually want it to go to a specific place. So I'm gonna type 0.4 and then select that. So that's where it is, zero point 0.4. Okay. Let's see. Now press 3, and I'm gonna select. So it's in face mode now. Now I'm gonna select Alt, select the faces, select this, boom. So I got all of this. Okay. So now I'm going to make the little lip so it sticks out. So let me back up a little bit so I can see, so you can see. All right. So now moving along on my notes as well. Can you still see me? Good, you can still see it. I probably need to move my face a little higher. Yeah, let me see if I can move my face higher because it's kind of just in the way. But I don't want it to block anything though. All right, so I think that's good for now. Okay, so let me see. All right, so I'm gonna press Alt E. Okay, so now there's different ways I can extrude this. So it's extruding, but I can extrude it different ways. So like if I select extrude manifold and I go like that, I move it around, it's gonna do that. I don't want it to do that. So I'm gonna Control Z that, undo that. So Alt E again. Let's see what happens if I hit individual faces. That's cute. So it'll work for something, but not for this thing that I'm trying to make. This is really cool. I can make a mop this way. Hmm. But that's not what I want to do. I press right click to snap it back to place. And I'm gonna control Z to undo what I just did there. What I want is I want Alt E. I want faces along normals. But I'll let you see what it looks like if I just extrude faces. Alright, so it kind of looks like the manifold one a little bit. So Control Z. Alright, so Alt E, extrude faces along normals. Boom, that's what I want. I wanted to do that so I can see what I'm doing. Alright, now I'm going to type 0.14. Alright, now the point that I'm hitting, or the period I'm hitting, is on the keyboard. It's not on the numpad. It's the keyboard. I don't know what would happen if I typed uh, the period on the keypad, on the number pad. I don't know what would happen. But anyway, so that's pretty much where I want that to be. That looks good. It's starting to look like a plunger, right? Still more to do, though. Okay, so next, let's see. All right, so I'm gonna select the top of the face. So I'm gonna select this up here. Okay. And what I want to do, let's see here. I want to bevel it. All right, like I did down there, I'm gonna bevel it. So I'm gonna press Control B. All right. All right, so I want it to bevel so it'll be kind of rounded. Hey, look, it's already segments in it. Let me see, how many segments do I want? 2 extra rolls. So it's already, I could roll back on the mouse wheel, up and down on the mouse wheel to make different segments. That's just me rolling up on the mouse wheel. So I want one, two. I want 2 of those. So this is just beveling it. Boom, that's done. All right, and you see it's 3 segments, but I scrolled it up 2 times. So now I'm what's it, Shift Control S to save this. I don't want to go too far without saving. All right. Uh, you know what? That's not really what I wanted. This is 0.9.0.9. But I should have actually done what I wanted to do, which is zero point 0.08. So let me Control Z. Okay. And Control bevel again. All right, and it's already got all the that I want there, and just type in 0.08. That's what I really wanted. All right, it was 0.09 before, which is basically the same, but whatever. All right, so let me Control save that. I think, yeah. So it just saved over what I just saved instead of Shift Control save. All right, now let's see what's next here. Okay. Okay. So at the bottom of the handle. Okay, so now I'm gonna do this thing here. So press 2 so I can select these edges here. Press Alt, boom, select that, and then Shift Alt and grab that. All right. Now, now I'm gonna bevel it. Control B, move up and down so you can see how it's gonna look. How I'm gonna do it, but I want it to be like that. How many is that? Is that 2? Is this 2? I guess that's good. What about 3? No, 2 is good. All right, so now I'm gonna type 0.037, 0.037. All right, it's 3 segments too, so that's pretty good. I like that. So that looks good. That looks good. But I still have more I have to do, right? So now I'm gonna select. Let's see. Edge. I guess I'm gonna select. I guess I'm gonna alt select this. Is it that? Let me see. Wait a minute. Is this the one that I want to do? Uh-oh. Wait a minute. Trying to see if or was I supposed to be selecting this? I don't think I'm selecting this. I think it was this. Let's see. Okay. I think it's this. I think it was this. Oh, this one, I think. Yeah, I think it's that one. Alright, select lower edge ring. Yes. Control B. Is that it? No, that's not what I want to do. I want this thing. This is what I want. That's what I want. Alright, now. Um, Control B this. Yes, this is what I wanted. Yes. So how many do I want? Well, 2 segments. So that's all I want. So I'm push point two, boom, 2 segments. Yes, that's what I want. Yes, it's looking good. Okay. Phew. Okay. So now I'm gonna press. All right. So I did that. So I'll select top lip edge. All right. So now I'm gonna do this here. I probably should save, shouldn't I? Shift Control Save. All right. Now let's select this and Shift Alt this and that. Right. All right. Now Control B. Yes, that's what I want. Now press point oh 0.02. Boom. It's only 2 segments. Is that what I wanted? Yeah, that's what I want. Point zero 0.02. All right. So now it's done. All right. So that's the way it looks so far. Looks pretty good, right? All right. Now I'm gonna select the whole thing. I'm holding shift and holding down and moving my mouse and holding the middle mouse button down. That's how I'm doing this. Now I'm gonna press A to select everything. Okay. And I'm going to just make this more. Okay, so let me come out of there so you can see what it looks like. So I go into object. I press tab to go into object mode. So this is less. It actually looks good. It actually looks good. But I wanted to. But sometimes you have to just tell the computer, listen, I want you to do a certain thing. So I come back, press tab, go back to edit mode. So you can see over here this edit mode and the object mode. They're different modes. This is when you're really doing heavy stuff: scope, vertex, weight paint. Oh, this is just for your information. When weight paint is like, you ever play like Call of Duty, and you could see like their legs through their clothes, or like you could see a house that they go through a house or something like that. That means the weight paint wasn't right. With their clothes, when you can see like their skin through their clothes, whatever. They mess up the weight paint. So okay, back to edit mode. That's what I'm talking about, the video game. All right, so now press A, and so I can select everything. Now that selects, or it's called selecting all geometry. You press Alt N. Now I'm going to recalculate outside. Okay, hit that button. I know it's like, well, what did that do? Well, you tab into object mode, and boom, the inside makes a little bit more sense now. That little part right there makes a little bit more sense. Maybe it doesn't make sense to you, but the computer, it makes more sense to the computer. All right, so now what do I want to do? All right, so now I want to make it look more smoother, right? So I right click on it while it's selected and press Shade Smooth. Boom! Look at that. We're almost there. but this little dark part is weird. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go to my modifiers tab. Let's see, press on this little thing right here, and you add a modifier. Then you go down to subdivision surface, and that's gonna make it smoother. Now, when I was doing this in 2018, I would hit subdivision surface like 3 times to make it smoother, smoother, smoother. But this version is that was 2.78, Blender 2.78. This is Blender 3.4, so it's much better. Look how pretty that looks. Isn't that pretty? Okay. Um, so the next thing I want to do. Oh, while I'm here, the levels. Okay, let me move over so you can see. So the levels viewport. So I want both of them to be two. So I'm gonna make them both two. So I mean that may not make a difference to you, but it makes a difference to me. I grabbed the wrong thing. Ah, what in the world? What in the world is this thing doing? All right, sorry. I didn't. I messed this thing up, so that's why I had to do that. Because I'm like, where'd this thing go? All right. Sorry about that. That was a waste of time. All right. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna scale this down. Okay. So I have it on view. So I want to see this. So I'm gonna scale this down while I'm in object mode. I'm gonna scale it down all the way to 1. Wait a minute. Item. Oh, okay, there it is. Now scale. So now you can see it. It's moving, on the Z, the dimensions, the scale. So what I want to do is I want to bring it all the way down to 1 on the Z. Bring it all the way down. Like when it's almost at 1, I press Shift. Uh oh. Wait a minute. Something went wrong here. Scale. All right, now it's working right. Now press Shift. Started acting funny for a second. I want to get all the way to 1. There it is. Boom. All right, now that's done. Uh, so let me Shift Control save this before something goes wrong. All right. Now, let me press the point here so I can see this really good. Now I'm gonna press. That was numpad period. So that's what happens when you press numpad period. So don't press numpad period when you're putting in numbers, digits. All right, now I'm press Control A so I can apply the scale. Now I'm select apply scale. So this is when I'm taking it out of this program and I want to put it in another program to make an animation. That's what I did when I made the Adventures of Cali and Chesney. What I did was I made I had all these different items like chairs and televisions and countertops and faucets and refrigerators and stoves, and I did them in different programs, well, different sessions. And I have to make it so that it'll fit, easily and it communicate well when I try to put them all together. So that's what applying the scale just does. So anyway, that's pretty much that. All right, so now I want to go up here. Since that's done and it's called cylinder, I want to rename it. Double click on that, rename that. I'm gonna rename that plunger. Okay, just all right, it's done. Just click on the outside of that. Okay, so that's done. Let's Shift Control S that. Let's save this. Boom. Okay, now, uh, all right, now I'm gonna resize this side port. So I'm gonna do some stuff now. So hopefully that's good enough. I don't want to move it too much. All right, so I did that. Now I want to move this thing up. Wait till it turns into a little cross or plus sign, and then boom. Now move it up. Let me move this up some more. Okay. All right, so that's done. Uh, so now I come here. I want this to be a viewport, 3D viewport. Boom. Okay, so while I'm over it, it'll do whatever. So I'm over this and I press one, it's gonna do that. If I'm over here, I press one, boom, it's gonna do that. Okay, so let me make it big so I can see it. Okay, I pressed the period on the numpad to do that. Okay, so now, so I wanted the reason why I have this because I want to do two different things at once. So all right, so this is already front. Okay, now Shift A. I'm gonna add a camera now. So I should press Shift A. Now the camera's down here, so I'm gonna add a camera. Boom. Okay. Uh, Now the new viewport over here, we see the camera over here, but I'm gonna put this in camera mode. So whatever the camera sees, that's what it'll be showing there. So I'm gonna press 0 on the number pad. Boom. So you really don't see anything, but it's there. So what I'm gonna do now, okay, go back to the main viewport. Okay, now what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna come out of here. It's already selected. I'm gonna press G and move it on the Y by pressing Y, move it back. As you see, as I'm moving it back on the left side, you can see on the right side that it's, coming into view more. So let me, it's taking too long. G on the Y. Okay, there we go. All right, that's pretty good. Now G on the Z, and I'm gonna move it up. Yeah, like that. All right. Uh, Now I'm gonna go over here and scroll on the mouse wheel and move up, but I don't want to move all the, so that it doesn't show the ends, the corners. I want to see the corners. So that's the way that looks. So that's good. Okay. Now let's see. Let's see. Go to the next one. All right, now I want to put like a background for it. So I'm gonna press Shift A. Remember, you have to be on this side, or it'll try to make one on the other side. So I go up to mesh, and I want a plane. Okay, I'm gonna move it this way so I can see it better. Okay, so first let me Shift Control S. Let me save this much. Because now this is about presentation now. So it's about presentation. I want it to look a certain way. So some people move the plane down a little bit. I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna let the plane sit where it's sitting. All right, so now press S to scale. All right, but I don't want it to scale like all over the place. I want it to scale on the X axis. So like that. So press S then X. Now I'm gonna type 3 because that's how big I want it to be. Now left click. All right, we doing good. Chef Cliff, save. There's more opportunity for things to go wrong. That's why I'm saving stuff now. All right, all right. So that's done. Uh, Now I'm going to edit mode, right? Okay. Press 2 for edge select. So I can select edges now. Now I can select these edges and manipulate them in edit mode. If I press tab to come out of it. It still looks like it's an object mode, but it's not an object mode. Now what I want to do is extrude this um, on the Z axis, press E and Z. Boom, now it goes straight up. I could make it go straight down. I wanted to go up. But anyway, I have a number that I want it to be. So let me see what number do I have it on. 2.1. 2.1. All right, that's pretty good. So you see on this side, I got a background right there. All right, now I want to move it backwards so it look more like a background, like in the movies and stuff, or not in the movies, but Photoshops, photo studios and stuff like that. when they have a photo session. So now I'm going to press G. G just means go. That's how you move it. It just means go. And I'm press Y because I want it to move on the Y axis, which is green. And I'm going to press 2.1 again because that's where I want it. 2.1. Boom. So you see, I'm covering all the edges. It's just the camera. So everything seems to be good. I may need to get a little bit closer. Wait, let me come out of here really quickly. Let me come out of here real quick. Press. Let me grab that, and I'm gonna move that G on the Y-axis. It's a little bit. Yeah, it was kind of far away. Yeah, this is better. Okay, now let's go back to this. All right, so and go back, tab into that mode again. Now tab back to edit mode. I mean, now I'm gonna press. I'm already in edge select, I think. So let me see. Okay, so I'm gonna make a bevel list. So I'm gonna press bevel. Boom. I want this. So now I want to have six. There's two right now. So I'm on two, three. So that's one, whatever. Let's see. Six. One, two, three, four, five, six. One more. Boom. Now select that. Nope. I made too many segments. Control Z. Control B. All right. So I have one, two, three, four, five, six. I only want six. All right. Boom. All right. So now type zero point 0.7. All right, that's where I want it to be. So it's zero point 0.7 and six segments. So that's what I want it to be. So let me shift control S, save this. So it's as you can see over here, it's just coming together. It's coming together. The most fun is gonna be lighting it because that's difficult too. Or no, putting color in it. Putting color in it is probably the most interesting part because you can put whatever color you want. Okay. All right, so now let me come press tab and go into object mode, and you see the little ridges. You can see the little ridges in there and everything. So I want to get rid of the ridges. So I right click on it while it's selected and press shade smooth. Now you can't see the ridges anymore. It's nice and smooth here. It's nice and smooth there. Okay, so that's pretty much done. Shift Control S to save. I thought this was gonna be 30 minutes long. It's gonna be an hour. Who knew? Okay. Now, let's see, what's next do I want to do here? Okay, so over here, I want to select, so I gotta, while I'm over here, hold down the middle mouse button and scroll it up so I can do what I want to do here. All right, what do I want to do? Okay, yeah, I want to go to this, the render. Is this the second one or is this a new one? Let me see. Okay, so I got to make sure this is in EEVE. All right, and it is. Let's see. All right. So that's just the engine that it's going to render in. So when I'm putting materials on it, putting colors on it, it's better if it's an EEVEE, right? And so my nephew was asking me about a GPU and stuff. You're going to see about that. You're going to have an opportunity to use GPU. So now I come down here and I press Z so I could change what this is. Remember we was on wireframe when I made the cup. So I'm going to go to rendered. Come on, rendered. Okay. So now you can't see anything. It's just totally pitch black. That's because now it's showing what it would look like if I actually showed the world. You wouldn't see anything because it's too dark. But that's coming from the camera, and it's just like when you're on a film set. If it's no light, you won't be able to see anything. So you have to do all this just to make a stupid, so anybody can just see your stupid. Actually, the model is done. It just doesn't have any color material, but it's done. But anyway, But if I want to show it to someone, you gotta light it. You gotta light the whole set. So, all right. So now let's see. We want to see. It's like okay. Oh, now I gotta get the light. So now I go over here, Shift A, and come down here to light, and I'm gonna get point light. Boom. You see it over there? See, it's already lighting things up a little bit. All right. All right. So I wanted to go to a certain height, so I'm gonna press G while I'm over here, and uh, I'm gonna press Z because I want it to be on the Z axis, and I'm gonna press 1.15. That's where I want it to be. See how it's lighting it up really nicely there. Now I'm gonna move it. So I'm gonna press G to move and press Y to move it on the Y axis. And I'm gonna type in minus zero point 0.4. Alright, so you can see the color I mean the lighting changes. So let me do Control Z. See, that's where the light is before. Now Shift Control Z, and that's where it is now. Alright, now because I moved the light over here. Alright, so I was looking at this. So now move it again, press G on the X axis. So that means it's only gonna go left or right. And as you can see on the right side, how the shadows are moving and everything, which is really cool. But I want to put negative zero point 0.6. Boom, and into that. Okay, now it's looking, hey, it's starting to look dramatic there because it's the filmmaker. You want things, or photographer, you want things to be dramatic, not just bland. All right, so let me Shift Control, save this. Shift Control S, save that. Okay. Next, uh, now I gotta come down here and find this light bulb. So I come here, hold down the mouse middle button, and move up or down. Okay, I want this. Select that. Okay, let me move this down a little bit because I don't need to see that much. Okay, so the first thing I want to do, I want to change the power to this. Now watch how it changes here. Change, it's 10 watts. I'm gonna change it to 90 watts. Boom! You see how much it brightened? Okay, so let me Shift Control, save that. This is how they make it. I'm telling you all. This is how they do. This is how they do all the video games that they do. This is how they do it, and like Shrek and all that. All this. Well, there's a whole team of people that do this. I'm not a team. I'm just one person. Anyway, so back over here, Shift D to duplicate this. So I'm making another one, right? And then I'm gonna right click it so it can stay where it is. But it is two different ones. Just in case you don't know, come here. You see there's two different lights. It's point and point 001. Point 001 is the one I just made, just so you know. All right, let me go up here. You don't need to see that right now anyway. Okay, so now I want to move it. So I'm gonna press G, X to move it on the X axis. And I'm gonna type 1. Boom. Okay. Then I'm gonna press G and Y to move it on the Y axis. And I'm gonna type 1 again. So, boom. So you see Control Z. Look down here. Control Z. See where the light is now? Now Shift Control Z to redo. So still dramatic. I want it to be somewhat dramatic, right? All right. Then I'm gonna change the power up here from 90 because I just duplicated it. I want this to be 140. Now some people say that's just too bright. Yeah, it's not too bright. Trust me. Once I render it, it'll be just the right and I'm gonna change the radius to 2. It's on 0.25. Now what you're gonna see is you see this little circle right here. That's the main light bulb, but I want the light bulb to be bigger, kind of like so. I'm gonna make it 2. Boom. You see how the light bulb got much bigger, so things got bigger there. So I'm not gonna control Z that. So you just have to go back and look at that one if you want. Now, uh, let's see. Press Z, select rendered here. Okay, so that's the way that looks. Even though I didn't have to do that, I don't even know why I did that. But anyway, I'm gonna select the plunger now. Okay, now we're about to get into it now. Now we're about to color the thing. So you can always look here to see what it looks like. But here, this is I'm gonna do my work. I should move this. I don't know if I need this here. whatever. Okay, so I selected the plunger because now I'm about to color the plunger. So I'm gonna go to the materials tab over here, which is, it looks like this is materials, doesn't it? It's not, it's texture, which is kind of similar, but it's different. This is the materials tab right here. Okay, so then select new, and it's gonna pop up in a second. Okay, it took a long time. I don't know why it took that long. And I'm gonna rename this the cup. Double click that, type cup in there, press enter. Okay. Okay. Now I'm gonna go to the base color. I hold my middle mouse roller and go to where it says base color, and boom, this comes up. Now I can change the color to whatever I want. Look at that. Whatever I want. But what do I want? I want it to be black. All right, well that's not perfect though. So wait, let me control Z that. All right, this is not really black. It is black, but wait a minute. Let's see, 0, 0, 0. Okay, now it's black. So okay, that was black. So I want the cup to be black, but you can make whatever color you want to make it. I want it to be black. Um, okay. Let's see here. Oh, you can also type it in there if you want. Like if you know what you want, you go to hex and then you put whatever. Like if you want a certain color, you use web searches and say what is the hex for red, or like orange red, or like mint green, or I'm using mint green, but anyway. So that's what you do. You type it. The computer to tell you what the hex is. It's like it's alphabets and numbers. So even though black doesn't have really anything, so that's why its hex is 0, 0, 0. But when we get this other stuff, you'll be able to see it. Okay, so now I'm going to, let's see. Now come over here, and I want to go press edit, press 3 to go to face mode. Boom. Now I want to select the top face. Okay. All right. Let me move up so I can see. Now what I want to do is I want to select more. Now everything is black, but I just want that bottom one to be black. I want this to be a different color, like yellow or something. I don't remember what color I want it to be, but something like yellow. So now I press Control and number pad plus 1, 2, 3, 4. I may have to do it 1 or 2 more times, but I'm just gonna stop right there. Okay. Now I come up here, come back up here, and I'm gonna say add a new one right here. Boom. Now I have to press new so I can actually put the name on. So I'm gonna say here handle and enter that. All right. So now press assign down here. Okay, it looks like everything is selected, but this isn't selected. So what I'm gonna do, stay over here, and since it's already selected, just press Control and numpad plus again. Oh wait a minute, I did too much. Control Z, because I started getting there. Control Z, Control Z. Okay, I had selected too much. Now it's selected. Now press assign. Boom. Good. Now all of that is done. Okay, so now let me shift control, save this. Just in case I get into trouble. Boom. There's a lot going on over here where I am, so that's why you can hear a lot. What is interesting that the color that it looks like on Twitch as opposed to what it looks like here. I'm almost done. I know I said I'll be done in an hour. It's almost been an hour now, so give me 5 more minutes. All right, so now let's see, let's see. Okay, now let me take this into object mode so we can see what it's kind of looking like. Ah, not bad, right? Not bad, right? All right, so that's just so we can look at it. All right, let's see. With the handle still selected, I'm gonna pick. Come here. I'm gonna sign. Let's see, it's already. Did I already assign it? Oh, you know what? I don't know if I assigned it. I picked it. Let me make sure I assigned it. Okay, good. Because I don't think I assigned it. Okay, now I can go back into object mode here. Now let me move up. So I'm gonna change the color on here. So go to base color. So the base color can be, I can make this whatever color I want it. But I know what color. So here's hex. So that's what I'm talking about. Now I have a hex number that I want to use. Let me see. What is it? Let's see. DAB414. It should be like some type of dirty yellow, I think. Yeah. Cool. So that's what I wanted. But you can make it whatever you want to make it. So that's just me. All right. So that's that. Let's save that. So Control S so we can save that. Save. Okay. Now I want to select the plane so I can do the same thing with this. So I come out, boom, select the plane. Now I got to do the same thing. Go to materials, press new. I'm gonna name this background. That's what it is. I should say backdrop, right? Backdrop. Because that's what it is, the backdrop. Okay. So it's not gonna be as much in this. Alright. So the base color for this, you can have it whatever. That's pretty. These are some pretty colors. Ooh, that's a nice. Wait, what was that? What was that color that I just had? It doesn't matter. I already got a color that I want to use. So I'm gonna type in 86E787. Boom. There it is. I like that mint green look. It's cool to me. Um, but you know what I'm gonna do? I think I want to change that color. I don't want mint green. I like that color that was over here. It's just a weird color. Where is that color? Yeah, that's cool. That's not it. This color is really cool. I like that color. Let me see. I can make it lighter or darker here. Should I make it darker? No, that's actually cool. I actually kind of like that color. I don't know why. I don't know why I like that color. I probably should have it red so it jumps out, but whatever. All right. So now let me scroll down because I want my backdrop to also not be shiny like my plunger. So I'm gonna go to specular and get rid of that. And my roughness, put it all the way up to 1. So now it looks here. It looks more dull and more backgroundy. So okay. So here, let me come here. So that's done. So I'm here, come 0. All right, and I'm gonna press Z and go to material, material preview, so we can see what it looks like. So basically, those are the two things, and we're done with that much. Okay, so now what I can do, let's see. Hmm. So here, renders property tab. Let me come here, select the render properties tab. Okay, what in the world is this? Okay, now I changed this to cycles because now I'm about to render it. Okay, so now you see down there at the bottom, it's doing a real render now. But goodness gracious, the viewport is 1,000. That's this thing, and this, and when I finish this, I don't want it to be that much because that'll take forever. All right, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna make this. Um, I want want you to be able to see it. It's not gonna be perfect, but I do want you to be able to see it, see the render process go. So let me put 20 for that, and I'm gonna put 20 for here. The more, the higher the number, the more pretty it's gonna be. But I want you to be able to watch it when it's happening. So let me Shift Control S. Let me save this. I still don't think we'll have enough time, but because it's gonna take like 5 minutes for it to, do. Let's see. I do think I need to change. I do think I need to change this material. Let me change it because it is kind of. Let me see if I can make it a little brighter, darker. What about darker? Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's better. Make it a little darker. Make it stand out a little bit more. Okay. So now what I want to do? Where was I? I was on render, right? Okay, render. All right, so I changed that to 2020, and I have the denoise for render. I don't really need denoising for the viewport, which is here. I don't really care about that. I could change the samples to whatever I want. I changed this to GPU. So GPU, if you have a GPU, you can use that, and it's usually faster, especially if you're on a desktop computer. It's much better. Okay. So really, that's really it. So all you have to do is press F12 to render the image. So I'll press it now. You can press F12 or you can go here. I mean, go here to render. See, it says F12 right there. So I'm just gonna press F12. Let's see, where is it? F12. Now you can't see what's going on because it opened up a new window. But down here, you see, it's saying what the render is. 5% of it is done. So that's gonna go. So when it's done, then it'll let you know. It's not gonna look perfect, but it'll be okay. So let me see what else. What else can I do? Oh, when you're done with it, you just press F11 to so you can view your rendered image. Um, go here and press View Render Image, and then once you press View Render Image, then you'll find a pull down menu because there's not this many things here. You'll find a pull down menu where you can save it, and then you just save it as and make it a JPEG. Let me see, how far are we? 20% done. Oh, we could just wait. I'll just wait. Now again, because it's only 20, I only had the renders at 20. It's gonna be like it's gonna have like a lot of black dots in it. But if I had it like 1,000, like when I did Adventures of Cali and Chesney, I rendered every image, every one. I had it at 24 frames a second, I think. And so every frame, and it was a minute long, so it's 24 frames per second. So it was so however many, you do the math on that. Um, but it was 1,000. The render was at 1,000. So with it being at 1,000, it takes like 9 hours or 12 hours or whatever to do, you know. So this is not going to take that long. It's only 20. So there it is. It's still there is at 40, 45%. It's almost done. I'm surprised. So I'm gonna let you see exactly how it's going to be done. And yeah. And then I probably, maybe I'll show Cali and Chesney. No, I can't do that. I have to show that some other time. Oh, but on Twitch, you can just go to my you could click on my page. There's a link for Culaheev and my Culaheev animation, and you could click on either one of those, and you'll be able to get to my animation. So you can see I did so many different things on there, and I was able to show it. So that's all. That's everything. That's all I wanted to let you know about. And yep. Let's see how far we are here. 65%. Let me see if there's anything else that I want to say. I'm glad I changed the color here because it was mint green at first, but I actually like this color. It's really cool. I don't know what color that is, but it is really. It's like a mustard. It's like a dark mustard or whatever. 70%. It's looking good. Let me look on my separate screen because I don't have a separate screen uh, on my stream. So sorry about that. So you can't see it until I don't think you'll be able to see it, period. Will you? Will you be able to see it? I don't know. But when it's done, I'm gonna try to show it on here. I don't know that I can show it on here. But anyway, while that's rendering, let me see. Let me go to see wireframe. Let me go to render so you can see what it looks like when it's done. Yeah, so this is what it's gonna look. I mean, it's over on the bottom right, but you get to see it down there too. So this is what's happening over there. So you can see right here, sample 4 of 20. Why does it say 2 of 20? Stop playing. But down here is 90%, so it's almost done. Let me see. And it's 18 of 20 on this on the opposite page because I got them both rendered at the same time. Anyway, so you see it's 95%. It's going to end very soon because this one is almost done rendering at 95%. Come on, as soon as this thing finishes, these headphones are hurting my ears. But I could close my book because these were my notes. I don't need those notes anymore. That was fun. Well, I need to save this. That was really cool. I don't know where I would save this though. I'm gonna save it somewhere. It's almost done. Still at 19 of 20. What is this on? 5 of 20? You know, I made a mistake by trying to do that. I'm slowing down the real render. That's alright. Well, I say give me 5 more minutes and it's 11 minutes. Come on, finish, render. Still 19 of 20. That's what I get for trying to render two things at the same time. Alright. Come on. Come on. Anyway, you see what it looks like. So that's what was most important to me, that you got to see what it looked like and you can see what it looks like, and this is the way it looks when it's done. Thank you for following me, following with me, watching it while I was doing it. It was really fun. It's still saying 19 of 20 right now. I think I'll just turn this one off, this render off, and go to solid. What is this? Solid. So it can finish. Alright, I just want this one, the render to finish. Come on, finish rendering. Why is it saying it's going to be 12 more minutes to finish? Okay. Anyway, that's basically it. So, I mean, I don't know why it's acting like this. It's acting funny. Sometimes it does act funny, so not much you can do about that. Oh, so there you go. That's how it looks. So just so you know, this when it's done, this is the way it looks. For whatever reason, it's paused or something doing the render. I think it's trying to maximize it or something like that. I don't know what it's doing, but that's it. Like I said, you want to save it, you render it, you go to render window, you go down to view the render, and then when you go to view the render, there'll be somewhere where you can save it. So that's it for me. I'll talk to you later. This is the way it looks, and I don't think I will show it again, but I mean, that's it. Thanks for watching. Have fun.